Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sanjay Suri, and I welcome you all, our distinguished guests, film fraternity, guests from the media, international delegates, and each and every participant, volunteer working on Film Bazaar. I welcome you all. I welcome you to Film Bazaar 2015, and also the launch of the logo of Film Facilitation Office, FFO, in India, and the unveiling of the logo. It gives me great pleasure to have with us Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore, Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Good afternoon, sir. Mr. Vinod Zuchi, Secretary, Ministry of Tourism. Shri Sunil Arora, Secretary, Ministry of INB. Welcome, sir. Mr. K. Sanjay Murthy, Joint Secretary, Films, Ministry of INB. Mr. Suman Billa, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Tourism. Ms. Neenalat Gupta, MD, NFDC. Welcome you all. We're delighted to learn that Ministry of Tourism is in the process of developing strategies for encouraging film tourism in India. It also gives me great pleasure to call on stage Shri Vinod Zuchi ji, Secretary, Ministry of Tourism, to share his thoughts on the same. Please welcome Shri Vinod Zuchi ji.
Honorable Minister of State, Information and Broadcasting, Shri Rajyavardhan Singh Rathore ji, my senior colleague, Secretary, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India, Shri Sunil Arora, national and international delegates, distinguished guests, participants in this event, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, and on behalf of Ministry of Tourism, I would like to welcome the Honorable Minister of State, INB, for having graced this occasion and begin the process of taking the film tourism in India to commanding heights. So we are very thankful that you're addressing a long-term need and demand of the film fraternity, both domestic and international, to have a single window facilitation for filming in India. Just about a month ago, I attended a seminar on cinema tourism in Bombay. And in fact, there have been many more such events where the Ministry of Tourism officials have participated. And one of the issues which always came up again and again is how to facilitate through a single window. And today, the day has come when we will be beginning a new era, and I'm sure this is going to facilitate the film industry and all the people in the film world, one and all. The Ministry of INB and Ministry of Tourism, we are committed to promote film tourism in India. And I would like to also mention that both the ministries have a memorandum of understanding signed with the main objective of how to promote film tourism in India. Our proactive participation in the festival this year, in the Film Bazaar, it is symbolic of this active partnership, which is set to go a long way to promote India as one of the most preferred destinations for filmmaking and for film tourism. I would like to reiterate the commitment of Tourism Ministry in promoting this important sector and would actively partner with Information and Broadcasting and with the state governments in all aspects of film and cinema tourism. Very briefly, I would like to apprise this august audience our role in this field, which has already been there and it's going to accelerate in the times to come. In the single window clearance about which the formal logo launching is going to happen today, we are going to coordinate with the state government, departments of tourism, for bringing out a similar single window clearance system at their level. I can cite some examples. Some of the states have done it. To name a few, Gujarat, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh has even launched a film policy 2015, and they have launched a single window clearance at that level. So we are going to coordinate with the help of INB, with the state government ministries of tourism, all that is proposed to be done at the central level under the FFO. We will try to see that gradually all the state governments, they start this kind of single window clearance system, because for domestic film industries, the clearances at the state level are very much important. The second intervention of the ministry, which is also on the agenda of the INB's roadmap to promote filming in India, would be to bring in information for the proposed web portal and to create database. Ministry of Tourism will again coordinate with state governments. In fact, we have already started writing to the state governments, and we have also told them to appoint nodal officers within the state who can be tapped, who can be contacted at the first point, and they can play the role of coordinating the permissions and the clearances. There are some states which have even dropped the number of clearances from a very large number, from 60. I can cite the case of Maharashtra Tourism, which has brought down the clearances from almost 61 to around 35 or so. Now, this is what is required at the state government level, and I assure the Honorable Minister and Honorable Secretary INB that Ministry of Tourism will play a very active role and a partner's role in providing this database to the web portal which has been proposed under the scheme. We also propose that Ministry of Tourism itself will create a microsite within our website, and we will upload these information for the benefit of the film industry. And we will also ask the state governments to do the same, not only to upload the information in the website of Ministry of Tourism and subsequently into the web portal of INB, but they should also keep all these informations on their website also, because once the film unit or the producers, they land up in the state, at least they can find out all that is being offered by the state government. There is also a need for the state governments to come out with incentives, whatever are possible. There are many states which are more proactive than the others. The ministry will like to play a role in activating, in catalyzing the incentivization of the filming of the films in these states. Skill development is another very important area, and as per the roadmap which has been designed for by the INB ministry, and we will certainly be an active partner in their endeavor. We already have a scheme called Hunar Se Rozgar Tak, in which we offer training, rather skills to unemployed people. They stay with us for 3 months, and thereafter, by the time they learn so much that they can start their own enterprise, and they can start getting employed themselves. Now, we have discussed with the MD of NFDC this morning, and we would certainly enter this arena also and offer such courses which will help in providing skills which are related to the film industry, and this is how the producers and the filmmakers will get benefited with. Not only that, since the filming is related to hospitality, travel trade, tour operators, we are also going to sensitize and also ask them to begin similar kind of skill development within their organization, because maybe the location filming may require a different skill than the skill that they have when the guests come into their hotels. We would also take up with the state governments to help to organize location trainings, because most of the location filming require people from within the state and from within the region. Even there are villages from where we have to mobilize people. The skilling of these people is also required. There is a lot of need for sensitization at all levels. I can say that some state governments are so proactive, they are so sensitized already. You can very well see that out of 36 states and union territories to whom we wrote from the ministry that you must come and participate, we have a set of about 7 or 8 states which have shown interest, and they have been passionate about linking themselves with the film tourism. So we need to sensitize the others, and I assure this august audience that in the coming days we are going to launch a drive have workshops with the state government officials. Similar thing will be done with the travel trade, because you need to sensitize them for this film tourism as well, because my impression over the last 3 months is that they are also not sensitized to this kind of sector. And of course, the people. There has to be facilitation at the level of people at large. When location shootings are done, there are complaints from the film industry that the people at large, they are not very cooperative. We already have a social awareness campaign in Incredible India campaign. We are going to bring in some kind of element by which we can sensitize people that those who are coming for filming in India should be given all respects, and all kind of hospitality has to be offered to them. Last but not the least, Incredible India is a brand. We launched this brand all over the world. We launch various products, various destinations within this country, in different parts of the world, through road shows, attending the marts, making events. We are going to incorporate in a very big manner the sector of film tourism in our brand campaign. And in the coming days, international campaign will have a very large share of promotion of film tourism in it. Before I close, I would like to extend my thanks again to Honorable Minister of INB, and for launching, or who is about to launch the logo. And the logo is just a symbol of, I would say, a drive which will take the film tourism in India to commanding heights. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm very sure that the domestic and international fraternity welcomes your moves and initiatives, and especially towards skill development as well. Now I would like to request Shri Sunil Arora, Secretary Ministry of INB, to talk about this one-stop shop window for facilitating film shoots in India. Please welcome Shri Sunil Arora ji.
Honorable Minister of State for INB, Shri Rajyavardhan Singh Ji Rathod, my cadre-mate, colleague and friend, Vinod Joshi, CEO, NFDC, Nina, Sudhir Mishra Ji, my colleagues from the ministry, Sanjay, Mayor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. This September, I completed almost 35 years of service. I have still been afraid of 3 words, which are a part of the, I suppose, international bureaucratic lexicon. The first one is agreed in principle. The second one is we'll set a subgroup to examine it. And the third one, which one had been hearing since when one joined the service, was that we need to have single window clearances. Having said that, why am I standing before you to talk of single window clearances? There's a reason for that. Partly based on experience, partly based on detailed interaction, partly based on 2 very fruitful sessions which I had with all the colleagues in the NFDC in Mumbai. In the year 2001, as the then chairman of Indian Airlines, we started this flight Bombay, Delhi, Chandigarh and back. It was against the wishes of the commercial department of the airlines. Today there are more than 6 flights from Indian Airlines, Jet and other airlines. And one of the reasons those flights are doing very well is the film industry, besides other issues of domestic tourism, etc. But what happens? A whole lot of people who go to various locales in Himachal to do the shootings, then they rush back to Chandigarh, take the flights, go to Mumbai, to the cinematographic studios, sound studios, get things done, get back, so on and so forth. We have progressed in the sense of cinematographic shooting, but the fact is that most of the action lies in the states. It has many aspects. In Delhi, there are issues of security clearances. There are issues of clearances from MEA. There are issues of clearances from the various central government agencies in case one is shooting in the ASI protected monuments, etc. Similarly, in the states, there are various issues down to the district level. And increasingly, if you see even the film city of Hyderabad, for example, there have been a lot of shootings by international producers, and I'm sure in the years to come, in the months to come, there'll be far more. It is in this backdrop that we are trying to do this Film Felicitation Office announcement today, which Honorable Minister would be making. On the sidelines of this meeting, we have been discussing something, and I am saying with his consent, that we propose to extend it to the domestic film producers as well. I'm sure, Vinod, I assume that you will consent for that from tourism side. In fact, today or tomorrow itself, we can all of us can sit and work out some details. We will not kind of try to do this for the films which are being shot by X state within their own state, because that is not something which can or should be done from Delhi. But an X producer is coming from, say, Tamil Nadu to Himachal, vice versa, Jammu Kashmir, Northeast, there we'll try to see where we fit in. The modalities shall be worked out in the next 1 or 2 months. If need be, we will request some of our colleagues, the chief secretaries, to come to Delhi in the presence of INB Minister, MOS INB, Minister Tourism, and we can have a day-long workshop to kind of start the way forward. This is how, and as far as the international part is concerned, yesterday when I was asked by the senior editor of Screen about what we want to do, my only comment was that we have decided to house it in the NFDC, because NFDC is housed by many, many creative people. A whole lot of them are really committed to the business of filmmaking. B, because NFDC is not a typical government department, they will have more flexibility and less bureaucracies in kind of taking the things forward. I'll not take much of your time. Vinod has explained all these things at great length. But yes, as I said earlier, for us, it is a definite leap of faith and not a leap in the dark. And I assure each one of you individually and collectively that within a very short time, you would find that FFO has made a difference to the way clearances are obtained. FFO has made a difference to the film tourism, because once we kind of are able to facilitate the ecosystem, I'm sure there'll be a lot of multiplier effects of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the clarity on your vision. We all appreciate it. And we also know the difficulties of a single window clearance, but at least there's a start. Now I have the pleasure of introducing you to a Padma Shri and an Arjuna awardee who has won several awards and gathered acclaim for his exceptional services to the Indian Army and sports. He has been the first Indian post-independence to win an individual silver medal at Athens Olympics 2004. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Colonel Rajyavardhan Rathore, the Honorable Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, to share his thoughts and vision and to unveil the logo.
Mr. Vinod Jutsi, Secretary Tourism, Shri Sunil Arora ji, Secretary INB, Ms. Neena Lat, MD, the NFDC, my Joint Secretary Films, Sanjay Murthy, other officers from our ministry, delegates who have arrived from different places, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. I just spoke to a couple of friends from media just before arriving, and we discussed the subject of the single window clearance for enabling foreign filmmakers, as well as, with the permission of the Secretary, the Indian filmmakers to shoot within a country and make things easier for them. And I mentioned there that one of the most important, the first things to do is change the attitude of the ministries. Typically, I think this is the Cold War era thinking, that if somebody comes and clicks a picture, he's stealing something away from me. And therefore, I need to protect my property and my territory. This concept has to change. And within the Government of India, we will begin by changing the attitude within our ministries. I can assure you, to begin with, the INB ministry is completely charged up and energized to make this single window a reality. We've had a lot of discussions in-house, and we thought it best to give this responsibility to NFDC, which has the best connect with the industry. It's not going to be easy, but we will make all our effort to make it successful. It's going to be a learning process every single day. We will evolve, we will adapt, we will change policies, we will create fresh ones, we will need to take inputs from the industry, we will falter, we will perhaps get delayed in permissions, but that will not stop us from evolving a process which over time we can all be proud of in calling it a successful single window clearance for film shooting in India. I was in Mongolia a couple of months ago, speaking to the Minister for Foreign Affairs there, and I said, it's a beautiful country, and Indians love to travel. You might want to invite them to visit your country. And he said, all I have to do is get one of your films to shoot here. And that has happened so successfully in Switzerland. So it is the ability of the cinema to present us these wonderful locations across the globe and to bring those visuals, very powerful visuals, to our households or to our minds. And therefore, why miss on this opportunity to present the beautiful country of ours, which is so diverse from north to south and east to west, all the hidden locations that we living in India have not seen, to showcase those locations and to make things easier for the people from across the globe to come and shoot and present it to the world. It will involve ministries like Home, Defense, Archaeological Department, and as a first step, we will ensure that the central government ministries are all in one sync, and we are able to provide the permissions required from the central government ministries. And thereafter, in the second step, we'll try and encourage the states to have a similar process. Your states gain as well. There is now the thinking across the globe. And one of the most important things is the economy. And with the economy, there is benefit to every single person who lives in that country. By spending a rupee, if I'm able to generate 10, then that's the positive thinking of today's times. And therefore, if I allow simplicity of taxations, if I allow simplicity of process of shooting, I'm actually generating revenue for the nation. And with this powerful thought, I'm sure things will move ahead. My congratulations to NFDC as well for the film bazaar that it conducts here very successfully provides a dynamic platform for people who have interest in cinema and who would need an avenue where people who would be interested in the films and the promotion of them and to be associated with films can come together on a single platform and discuss things. We also need each one of you, not just the media, but also the delegates, to have patience with us and to become stakeholders and partners in creating this single window clearance. You can destroy it by one word, by one sentence. Destruction, my friend, is so easy, but creation is so difficult. And we stand here today to try and create something which has not been done so far, and we won't shy away from it. I wish you all good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. That was absolutely inspiring. And we thank you for including the domestic industry as well, considering India produces close to 1,000 films a year. So if this was done 5 years ago, 5,000 films would have benefited. But we really are inspired, and we hope that this will continue, this energy will continue. And I'm sure I can speak on behalf of the industry, taking the liberty that we all would love to partner with you. We are with you, and we want you to be with us. Now we'll have the unveiling of the logo. Could we have the lights off, please? Yes. Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank the Honorable Minister of State for INB, Shri Rajyavardhan Rathore, to spend his precious moments with us. Shri Sunil Arora ji, Secretary Ministry of INB, for taking the lead in creating the much-needed Film Facilitation Office. And Shri Vinod Joshi ji, Secretary Minister of Tourism, for his initiative to integrate film and tourism. And thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for showing interest in staying back and listening to such progressive thoughts. Have a successful bazaar, and we'll see you around. Thank you.